Alright guys, so today I'm doing a funny story that happened a couple days ago. So I'm gonna jump right into it. So
assemble a squad. Defend the perimeter.
I was at school minding my own business, and it was around the end of the day. Just got out of my last class, which was math, and everybody hates math. It's just not a very popular subject. So we were going through, and we got out of our classroom, and the strangest thing happened. So we were walking in. I went to my locker. It smelled something like extremely strong. It was like somebody crapped their pants,
Prove to the resistance
and it
none
was
can stand in our way.
like almost made me throw up. I was minding my own business, and I was like, and somebody eventually said, "What's that?" And I'm like, I think somebody crapped their pants. And the kid who had a locker under me wasn't there, and his whole class was out there. So I'm like, yeah, I'll call him Bob. And I thought that he crapped his pants, and I'm like, well, that's not usual because we're old enough to know that we don't crap our pants. We go to the bathroom. And a couple minutes go by, I see him, and I'm like, okay, so it's not him. What is it? I talk to my friend, and he's like, I did something bad. And I'm like, did you poop your pants or something? And he's like, no, you know those things that we got at the fair, the stink bombs? And I'm like, did you throw one of those at the ground? And he's like, no, I had them in my bag and they broke. And I was like, well, that explains it, because it like reeked real bad. And I actually thought it was somebody, but his bottle of, like, there's like tiny little bottles that we got at a fair of stink bombs, and we were going through, and we found these bottles, so we bought them, and he put them in his bag, which were a school bag, and he completely forgot about them. And a couple days, like, this was like a couple months. We go in our classrooms, and one of our teachers goes outside because everybody's like talking about it, and she's like, what are you guys talking about? Like, it smells like doo-doo in the pod. And she's like, what do you mean? And
The Resistance's despicable attack has failed.
he walks out there, and she probably dry heaved. It got to the point that it was so bad, and like all of us knew who it was. She's like, okay, who? And like we said that it was a stink bomb, and people were like, not saying anything about it, and they had their mouth shut. And she's like, don't let me waste 5 hours of my life on the security cameras. And eventually, I don't know how, she didn't get it out of me or anything, I don't know how, but somebody told her that it was my friend, which will be named Bob, and she talked to so-called Bob, and the store, she had it all cleared up, and luckily he didn't get in trouble for that, but it was hilarious that he had to leave his bag at school to let it air out. He set it in a classroom, opened up every single window. And luckily, after that, there was no stench. Came to school the next day, didn't smell like anything. Janitors must have cleaned it up. But if those janitors did not clean it up, it would have smelled for months. It was horrific. But yeah, that's pretty much the story of the fat chat out in the pod. And the whole thing was sulfur, and like everybody's making a huge deal about it. I'm like, guys, it's sulfur. It's not like somebody took a fat chat. And they're all still acting like babies.
Think of all our preparations.
So yeah, that's about it. And that was a pretty fun day in total, because in the end, when on the bus, he took his he has AirPods. He took his AirPods and his phone. That's the only thing he took out of his bag. Just his AirPods and his phone. So that's the story, and hope you guys liked it. It was definitely funny when I first heard about it, but yeah, it's pretty much the whole story. And if you guys like this, you gotta make sure you like and subscribe. I'm gonna probably do a lot more of these, because there's a lot of funny stuff going on. So bye, and I'll see you next video.